Wow. So today's July 25th, and the White House announced that they will be providing an ASL interpreter for all press briefings. This is a really amazing and historical breakthrough, uh, and this is a huge barrier that's just been broken down, finally. It's important to recognize and celebrate this moment. You might ask, why is that? And that's because this is going to be a new standard that ASL will be involved in this. The way we perceive and figure out and how we look back on, what happened and how we look forward to the future. So last August, we partnered with Ronald and Per and put a lawsuit against the White House because many people were pestering them, sending them mail about Congress and all these other different things, requesting all these different things, and they refused to provide an ASL interpreter for any of that. So we filed a formal complaint, and then in September, a federal court ordered them to respond that they must provide an ASL interpreter for all things related to COVID-19 information, press informations. And they also have to make postings on their website, plus provide briefings of their own pages. So for a while now, there hadn't been a lot of information regarding COVID-19 press briefings. So this was the first time in a while that the White House had provided anything for a COVID-19 press briefing. And they had ASL interpreters for a few of them. So they were asked if they shared, and they were communicating. So last week, MSNBC announced that they had part of their television screen ready to have their ASL interpreter. So this is the first time the TV showed, and it's not just on a network, but it's on TV. And it's a really awesome, successful moment and breakthrough. So I want to thank MSNBC because they got it right. There are no other TV networks that had that. They were just the one, so I want to thank them. And this representation was from the Department of Justice. When we sued and the federal judge ordered that they must provide an interpreter, they weren't satisfied, so they went and had an appeal that went above the original federal judge. And so they looked at that and they said that that was the wrong decision. So for that appeal, we're still waiting. But now it's been replaced with a new White House administration, meaning that appeal is still going on, or is it dropped? Right now, it's kind of in limbo. That suit is still going, and we haven't dropped it yet. Even though they provide an ASL interpreter, that lawsuit is still ongoing and awaiting court decisions. And there's still a lot of discussion around it. So just because that this moment happened doesn't mean we've stopped our appeal. We're still going to keep going with our court appeal until every single station has a screen for ASL interpreters. So yes, there was a small victory. However, there's no law or regulation around it, and so that doesn't mean we can't necessarily sue for that screen that has an ASL interpreter on TV networks. So MSNBC did a great job. However, CNN, Fox, ABC, CBS, all these other news stations, all of them, we need to start pestering and asking them to please show an ASL interpreter during these press briefings. And just because these interpreters are on the internet for the White House briefing doesn't mean that that's okay, because not everyone has internet, and some people only have access to TV, which makes it so that it's crucial that the interpreter is shown on TV. So far we have to focus on those lawsuits because those lawsuits are focusing on that discussion. Discussion directly with those networks hasn't really gone anywhere this far. So we're hoping with that lawsuit, it'll help resolve and improve the situation with the other TV networks in terms of showing ASL interpreters. So they have captions on the website. However, sometimes on the television versions, they don't have the captions. So that needs resolution. And sometimes the ASL interpreter gets blocked by the captions because it's too low. So it's crucial that the screen that shows an ASL interpreter is moved up a little bit higher. I'm trying to make it a federal law that that TV networks are responsible for the analyzing and improvement of showing of ASL interpreters. If the ASL interpreting screen is not clear, we'll have to just proceed. So there's still a lot of work left to do, but I wanted to take a few steps back and look at how awesome the situation is, and thank the White House and thank MSNBC for providing a new era moving forward of recognition and change for the deaf and hard of hearing community. Before, it's always been just captions, but now moving forward, there will be an ASL interpreter involved in this. It's really awesome, and we're really happy about it. We also wanted to recognize everyone who had rolled up their sleeves and really started to put in the work to talk to state legislators, governors, mayors, different healthcare officials, election officials, and getting the word out about this issue. And getting ASL interpreters involved in all different kinds of issues, such as hurricanes, elections, etc. So we really feel like this is a big barrier that's been broken with ASL everywhere. And that's proof that when we all work together and we work hard with a singular goal in mind, we can take down any barrier that we need to. And even more going forward, hopefully, if we all continue to work together. So let's continue to support each other and continue to fight for our rights. And taking down those barriers will eventually happen. Thank you all.